Hello and good evening and welcome to DeWitt 3D. I am Tim. Thank you everybody who's joining us so far. Looks like we have a whopping 7 people on stream so far. Back A to Z Sergio is on here and I see Guy the Jedi. Hello, hello, good evening. I've been scrambling. I've got all kinds of stuff on my desk. Hello, MGTX20, NG20TX. Hello, hello. Let me move a few things off my desk here that I don't need. I've been as always, I seem to be scrambling on a Sunday to get things going for the stream. Jeff Thorson is here. Hello, Jeff. And Cliff D. Hello. So I've been doing a lot of work on the side. Wasn't on last week, as you all know. Me and the family decided to get away for the long weekend. It was Canada Day weekend last weekend, and so we decided to take off and just have a trip and get away. Go somewhere where we could hop in a pool and swim because, of course, we still had those water restrictions on in Calgary last week. So, so we just decided to take the weekend off and take a little mini vacation. So, Andrew Humphrey, hello, and Russ Gare, hello, hello. I just want to make sure that we are in fact live, and well, you can all hear me for sure. I know because somebody would have said something otherwise. So I don't need to bother with turning on the YouTube thing. So. We're basically starting off exactly where we left off last stream. I haven't had time or a chance to do any work on the Barbie since we were last on, because it's just been, there's a lot of stuff going around in the house going on, and with our little vacation. And I've got another little side project. You might notice I got a little bit of a different wall going on here. That's another project I've been working on diligently the last week. Been printing galore. I've got the bamboo is printing behind me. The A1 Mini's been busy with this. Also, the Voron Trident's been busy, but man, did I screw up just before the stream on the Trident, because I was trying so hard to get into the Trident. Leo the Human. Is this a new studio layout? Yes and no. Same studio. I'm trying to neaten it up a bit, but I decided to make this wall a little more user-friendly to utilize some space. Before, I just had a shelf up here, and then it was just a blank wall. But I am doing, this is sort of a side project I've been working on. I don't know if anybody's heard of the Kickstarter campaign ended just a couple weeks ago, and it was for the Threadboards version 2 that was put on by 3D Printer Academy. So I, of course, invested that tiny little bit of money in the Threadboards. You haven't seen a window before? Oh, yeah, that window's always been there. It's just not usually on camera. So, but yeah, that's the exhaust for the laser here, and so forth. So yeah, it's going to be a little neater up on the window ledge there. Hence why I'm doing this, so that I don't have so much stuff spewing around. So once this board is done, I've been printing these panels like mad lately. So once this board is done, I will be a little more organized, and I'll have everything tidied and clean. And I'm just trying to streamline how I access everything. So so that's kind of been taking up a fair bit of my time this week, and utilizing a lot of print hours and a lot of really nice. This is the Polymaker. I keep forgetting what it's called, but it is called Polysonic PLA, and it's the Polymaker's PLA meant for fast printing. And so these are running on the higher speeds on the bamboo, and I'm running them on the higher speeds on the Trident, and the prints are coming out beautiful. So really, really nice filament if you haven't tried it yet. Perhaps if you win my draw today for a free spool of Polymaker filament, you'll order and try the Polysonic. The Polysonic is, it's been amazing so far. So I will say that. Little plug there. Okay, see you in a bit, Sergio. So, I got to get rid of a rug down here because it's hindering the rolling of my chair. So, and yeah. So, and then I got the fan going here because we're in sort of a little heat wave here. Summer has arrived in Calgary, so we've got a little bit of warmth, and it's hot in the basement here. So, anyways, and we got a few more things. We got a Panda Touch we're going to be putting on the bamboo behind me here eventually. But yeah, a lot of little things coming up. I'm going to be doing a video on this particular threadboard project, et cetera, and showing how I'm doing the organizing beside me and that. So, but that's not why we're here tonight. We are here tonight to see the Barbie continue on the Barbie. Now, when we last left each other, I had just finished. You're in a tropical storm wave here in a few hours in Texas. Oh, yes. They just had the hurricane, a Category 4 hurricane, I think it was, when it hit Jamaica, go by Jamaica. So, but all our friends and families are fine in Jamaica. They had power outages. They had some flooding, but everybody is fine. So that was pretty scary. That was a pretty scary couple days that we were, a little bit anxious about. So, but it all turned out good for the most part. And I think the island actually did pretty good and survived pretty well. So Brent Ferguson, hello from Texas. Hello, hello. So, so when we last left, we had built the hot end, and we had built the nozzle with the poke probe, with the poke probe. But I had made a mistake, and I like to admit my mistakes. I'm just going to get to the GitHub page of the poke probe here. So I think what I'm going to do, because I printed a newer version of the probe. Well, not a newer version. I printed just in a different color. And because I ended up using wire that was too thick. I assumed this was 20 gauge wire, which I believe is what they asked for. Let me just double check. Yeah, 20 gauge. Oh, 24. They wanted 24 gauge zip wire, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, any thicker will require mods. Anyways, this turned out to be 22 or 20. No, this turned out to be 16 or 18, sorry, or 20. Anyways, I do have 24 gauge right here. So I think what I'm going to do, because this was a little bit iffy, and then I had cracked a couple parts here, and then I had to actually sand out or file out a couple parts here in order for these wires to go through. And I think what I actually would like to do before we continue, just to prevent any errors down the road, is to just take this particular one off, put this one on with the proper thickness wire, especially because the wire is coming between the heat sink here and the probe point. I would just feel more comfortable if I use the proper wire. So let's see. Oh, okay, you guys are talking about the tropical storm now. I'm glad it's a tropical storm and not a hurricane, but usually when it makes land on the mainland like that, it does weaken down to a tropical storm, but that can still be awful costly and damage causing. So hope you guys all stay safe. Steve Builds, hello, welcome. I'm glad I got to pop on your stream for a little bit today, Steve. I haven't been on in a while. I've just been so busy doing different things in the studio, and I'm sure you've been seeing it or watching it. But we got the Barbie TriZero going behind me here. It's a TriZero with the Box Zero frame, and we're now just working on the hot end, and we're putting a poke probe on the hot end. So, but I was just explaining that I have to remove and put a new poke probe on here because I used the wrong gauge wire. So we're gonna work on that. And so with that in mind, let's just do that. Let's just go ahead and build this, because yeah, this one's a little bit, I think because I overstressed or I used too thick a wire. You can kind of see if we go to the overhead, and if I zoom in, I got this neat little tool here that'll let me zoom in on the overhead now. So you'll probably see, if you look closely, that is wobbling a little bit, which tells me that because I inserted these screws incorrectly last week, because I honestly didn't know what I was doing, I think I cracked something internally here, so that's not going to be good at all. So, but let me tell you about what I did. I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just, stupid. I don't like saying that word, but have you ever finished a print, like a nice print like this on your Voron Trident or your 2.4? In this case, it was my Trident. Have you ever finished a print and thought you took it off the build plate and you didn't, and then started another print when you're using the beacon probe, and see what it does to your attempt at probing the bed for doing its leveling? It wasn't a pretty sound, or it wasn't a pretty sight. The bed was like, and it was, anyways. try to start another print, I have to do some, I think I have to do some damage repair in the sense I think I have to recalibrate the beacon probe to the bed. So yeah. So lesson learned here, guys, take the print off the bed before you start another print. That really helps. So yeah, normally I wouldn't admit something like that, but you know what? It's all part of being human, and all part of being honest with yourself. So it sucks, but it just means that I have to go ahead and fix it. That's all. So I'm going to go ahead and take this apart. I'll give you guys the overhead view of this while I'm doing this, and we'll see the basics. Hey, Tor, how are you, sir? Yeah, the basics. I know. Sometimes even when you think, I'm by no means a professional at all this stuff. Steve Builds is on here, is much more of a professional than me. And a lot of people on here, he knows what he's doing. But, I think even the people that know a lot and even the people that know the best sometimes make those little mistakes. So at least I have an excuse to tinker. Yeah, no kidding, right? So we're just going to pop this poke probe off of here. And we're just going to quickly rebuild this other poke probe I printed because, yeah, this one is definitely got a little bit of damage going on to it. And I do not want to finish the build and put this on and have issues and then just have to do this anyways down the road. So it's all content. Yeah, you got it. That's right. It is. So we'll take that off. And I think the part that was broken, yeah, it's really hard to see, but that's okay. We're going to redo this all anyways. I'm just going to salvage all the screws. And we're going to salvage all these little grub screws as well. And I kind of remember the process of putting this back together now, which is good. I remember, you guys remember when we first looked at this poke probe, I was a little confused as to how it works. But there's no confusion now. I can pretty well figure out how it works. It's a pretty neat little probe if it does the job. So we're just going to remove all these set screws, grub screws. I call them grub screws. Some people call them set screws. I call them set screws and grub screws. So, and there's one more in the bottom here. Okay. So there we go. Got that off. I'm not going to worry about the wire on this one. So I'm just going to quickly pop up the GitHub where the instructions are on here, which is right here. Nero calls them snacks. They could be snacks. High iron. Yeah, definitely. If you need more iron in your diet, you got it. Okay, install the set screws with formed. Install all set screws with formed threads. Yes, we know that. Note, when forming threads, using pressure to create threads in small holes in plastic, ensure alignment and push hard at the start. That's what she said. Add upper vertical set screw until flat with the top surface. Then do 3 turns. So I remember now, and I think I did that wrong. Vertical set screw is going to be this one, and these are going to be my horizontal set screws. Okay, and I think I mixed that up last time. So, power bar's coming off here a little. Okay, so the first instruction says add upper vertical set screw until flat with the top surface and then do 3 turns. So we are going to do that. I put this thing in the wrong spot where my arm's leaning here. That's okay. I'll just lean my arm more over that way. Okay, so top one. We carefully thread it in here. Ensuring not to break anything until flat. And that's not quite flat with the surface. We'll go a couple more turns. So right there, and then it says once you're flat with the surface, 3 turns. or 1.5 millimeters in. So let's gauge our turns here. And we got 1, looks good. 2, still looks good. And 3 turns. I think that's going to work. Okay. Now, next one says add lower vertical set screw into a flattened bottom, then do 4 turns. Ooh, it goes in even further. Hey, Steve Alpha. I'm always, every time I self-tap into plastic with set screws, I'm always waiting to hear that, but don't want to hear that this time. So this one till flat with surface and then 4 turns. Okay. Okay, we are flat with the surface here. Now we want 4 turns. 1, 2, 3, 4 turns and no cracking sounds. Good. So there's what we've got. We've put those 2 in. So the small hole's the top, bottom hole's the big hole's the bottom. Hey, Petty Ruxpin, how are you guys? So everybody stick around, just in case you don't know, if you weren't here the last couple of weeks, we are going to be giving away some filament towards the end of this stream. And you do have to be present to win a roll of Polymaker filament. And you might just want to try the Polysonic filament, which is what I'm using to print these thread boards. And the Polysonic filament is working great. I'm printing it on sport and ludicrous speed on the bamboo. And I'm printing it quite fast on the, I don't know the exact numbers off head, but I'm printing them pretty fast on the Trident as well. And these prints are coming out just beautiful. I am, mind you, using some pretty good bed adhesion too, though. Especially on a piece this big, you want to make sure you have excellent bed adhesion so your corners don't lift. Okay, there we go. Okie doke. So the next one says add the horizontal set screws until almost flush with the outside with vertical wire channel clear. Okay. So we have a vertical wire channel on the top of this piece. And the wire is going to be, so almost like you can see on this other piece that we did here. Although this is the top. Oh, was that the top one and the other one the bottom one, or did I mix those 3 up? I think I might have mixed the top and bottom up again. I did that last time too. So this one's got to come out 1 full turn, yeah, because that's the top. Yeah, the big hole was the top. So we're going to back you out 1 full turn. There we go. And then the bottom one goes in 1 extra turn. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, because we have a wire channel that we got to put the wire in here, and then we got to feed the wire down through here so it comes out the bottom. Okay. See, I mixed them up again this week, but that's all right. Okay, so we're going to put this in the top of that wire channel. I may have to do the same thing I did last week because I got a little bit of plastic from the thread in here. I may have to just put the tiny, tiny drill bit through there to clear that wire channel. So these we're screwing in until they're almost flush with the outside. Okay, something is not working here. Let's back this one out a little bit more. There we go. That's better. Okay, gotta go a little deeper. And that is almost flush with the outside. So what's happening is that the wire is going to go in here. This is going to tighten the wire, and then this is going to be an adjustment for up and down for coming into connection with the one that's going on the bottom. Biting your tongue, why? Why? Go ahead, feel free to say anything. Okay, and then we're going to screw this one in till almost flush. Again, this one's in too far. So we have to, these have gone in a little too far for some reason. It's okay. 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 Okay, now. So now close the contact and set the preload. Look at the bottom core. Bottom of the core, the part that faces the hot end, which is going to be this end. Okay. Tighten up the one full turn until you feel resistance and see the hot end center push away 1 millimeter or so from the bottom frame. The tiniest visible amount should be plenty. So the part that faces the hot end is this part. Okay. So we are going to turn this one full turn until I feel resistance and see the center push away. You might not be able to see that on camera because it's going to be so subtle, but let's just do that. Okay, that's not feeling that. I have a feeling that I didn't put this one in far enough. Let's just see. This is kind of fussy right here. Okay, now I need to feel that resistance because that's going to hit that other set screw. I'm not feeling any resistance. Or is that it right there? Nope. Okay. I have a feeling I got to go in further with this one. Let's just see. There, okay. I remember getting very confused with this last time we built this. There's the resistance. Oh, I see the piece that it's talking about right there. It's this piece that it's moving. Okay. Push gently on the bottom while holding the frame to break the fixture loose. Well, I think I just broke the fixture loose because I can feel the flex in there now. Okay. It may crack here from the imperfect bridges breaking. Top screw should move up in the slot as you press the fixtures. There is 0.4 to 0.5 millimeter motion until it hits the max travel, but this should be way more than needed in practice. Okay, so the top screw. You know, I can't see any of this happening, but it did happen in the other, in the pink one when we put it together. It did what it was supposed to do. So we are going to have faith that this is going to do the same. Oops. Hope your tongue's okay there, Steve Alpha, from biting it, but yeah, and this one seems very loose, and I hope I did not over tighten this one, although it is staying in place. Okay, let's get the wires going. Okay, so I'm going to use, I'm just going to use black and red, even though the, doesn't matter, there's no polarity issues here. Grab my wire strippers. And we need about 3 millimeters. 18 people. Come back later, folks. Okay. So the proper gauge wire this time. And we'll strip the black one as well. We're just going to keep these wires long because I'm not sure where I got to run these probe wires to. I have a feeling I got to run these probe wires all the way down to the board, so we'll see. And 3 millimeters. Let's see how I'm doing here. Okay, we're about 6, so we're going to cut off about half of what we got there. That's about right. Okay, and on this one, oh, where's my other red wire? There's my red wire. And that's 5, so we'll just cut a couple millimeters off of this one. Okay. Okay. Feed the wire through the open, unchamfered internal corner and then over into the space between the set screws. Feed the wire through the open, unchamfered internal corner and over in the space between the set screws. So we're feeding it in the through the unchamfered corner. Whoops. Feeding this up through here. Yeah, this is where we didn't feed the wire last time. There we go. Look how much easier that fed than it did last time. Okay. Now that's where I'm going to need the little drill because we do have some plastic residue in here where we have to feed this wire down to make contact between the set screws. And I do remember that we had the same issue last time. So we just got to clean that hole out a little bit. I just need to find, there's my miniature drill set right there. Okay. Oh, we're down to 15 people from 21. I'm obviously boring a bunch of people, but that's fine. I do not take this kind of stuff personally. We're going to grab a tiny, tiny bit here. Oh, that one's too tiny. And man, look how tiny this bit is. You can hardly see it. I think this one should do. There we go. So let's just get this cleared out so I can feed that wire in there. People are coming and wanting to see this TriZero running, I know, which is why they're coming and then leaving, but that's okay. I'm not seeing any clearance for the wire in there whatsoever. This did not go as easy as the gray one did. Let's go to a smaller bit here. See if I can't get this hole through here. That doesn't want to go. Where's my, I just need to find my little drill bit grip. Give me 1 second. Be right back. We're right back. I moved all my tools off of that shelf so I could, there it is. So I could put my thread boards up, and I moved everything. You're just here for the double and tender. What? I don't know what that. I don't know what you're saying there. You're here for something. Okay, let's see if I can't get this to work. I'm not getting any clearance. I'm going to have to pull this set screw out. I'm just not able to get that plastic cleared out of there. I hate to do this, but that's okay. There's supposed to be a little groove in there. There it is right there. There it is. Okay. We found the groove for the wire. You're going to feed the wire into that little hole. Dad jokes. Every dog doesn't watch your builds. That's okay. You know what? Oh, see, this is why is this not behaving the same way as it did on this one? So let me peek in under here. See what I did right there. Yeah, it's the same thing. I got the same groove on, but it doesn't want to go in there. Okay. I just have to wean this hole out a little bit better. It's all about the tolerances for the printer that printed this too. Get away from me, pink one. I'm not working on you. I'm working on this one. There it is. Okay. Okay, that should let slip this wire in the hole. Don't be timid about it. Ah, good one. There we go. The wire's in. Now we got to tighten the wire up. Okay, we got the wire tightened. We're going to pull it through. There we go. We got that one in. Okay. Be careful because this is almost losing its, not quite, but almost losing its thread bite here. We still have to be able to access this one for adjustment, so we're good. Okay, feed the wire through the open end chamber. Set the other wire length with the same amount exposed. Do the same thing for the bottom wire. Okay, so we have the bottom wire. We have the little groove it's got to go into right there. Let's loosen this off a little bit. Okay. I think I mixed the horizontal and vertical up again is what I did there, but that's all right. Okay, now we got the black wire, same amount exposed, about 3 millimeters of wire. This should slip into this hole nicely now. Right. I see the top of my head in the camera there. Oh, come on. Okay. It's just a very tiny hole. That's the issue here. There we go. That slipped in. Now we snug this up. Okay. We are in. Run that through. Why does that seem? Let's just make sure I didn't mess this up. That went through there. Black one came out. Okay. That seems about right. So both wires come out the side here. Here we go. Okay. Add a plug on the other end. Okay, so first thing, what we're going to do first is we're going to again test our test them first. Let's go ahead and grab the ends here, cut them the same length, and we're going to strip them, and we're going to get the meter on them to make sure that we have connection and that our actual probe is going to do what it's supposed to do, and then we can fine tune the probe once we get it on the hot end. Okay. Okay. Oh, Lego convention, very cool. Plug on the other end, isn't that PG rated? There you go. This is PG rated, Andrew. I haven't made it to any of the get-togethers yet in a while, so it's too bad. I really, really want to go. Okay, let's turn this on. We want to go down to here. Let's touch our probes together. Make sure we are. Let's touch our probes together. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we're gonna go to the red. We're gonna go to the black, and they are connecting, which is what we don't want right now. So we're gonna have to loosen off. If I'm not mistaken, it's the top one that we want to loosen, the bottom one. It doesn't matter. So we're going to back this off a bit. Okay. We want to get this to not be live. Okay, so we're not live here, and let's just go ahead and put some pressure on the probe. Okay. Fair bit, so we want a little less pressure, so we're going to snug this up just a hair. We'll go a quarter turn. Okay, that was too much. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to fine tune this. I'm going to make it beep for a bit if I can get my hands all working. What I need is some clips on the end of these. I need actual alligator clips on the end of these so that I can just connect them, but that's too much to ask for right now. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to tune this until that stops. There we go. That okay, not a little bit more. Just fine tuning this. Like a 16th of a turn there. Okay. No, when it's probing, it's going to make connection. You don't want it to be connected. So, in other words, we got to turn it just a hair more. Okay. Oh man. Wasn't it NC, meaning it loses connection when probing? Well, no, because when it puts pressure on the plate, it's actually going to push these two top and bottom grub screws together so they touch. I'm pretty sure that's the way it went on the pink one. So now, there we go. So there's nothing now. So that when we get a little bit of pressure, come on. This probe is going to be the death of me. I swear. I'm having trouble connecting two wires at once. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Hang on one second here. I'm just going to, since I got lots of wire, I just want to make sure this works. I'm just going to make life a little easier on myself. I'm going to give the black one a permanent connection for now. We're just going to probe it with the red one. There we go. So now when we squeeze, we want it to be, now I can adjust it easy because I'm only having to hold one probe. So then there we go. Just a little bit off. So now I'm putting very little pressure. Of course, use a sacrificial build plate to yes. I have lots of those. So we seem to be okay now. Tighten that just a hair more. There we go. I'm pushing very little. Oops, wrong way. Okay. So I think so. We'll keep this probe hook. We'll keep this meter hooked up for now. Because what we'll do now is we'll throw this in the hot end. We'll throw the hot end on this. I believe we were going to go this way. Yes. Let's get the hot end thrown in and see if this. Just make sure everything's still going to work the way it should. There we go. Why is that? These screws are too long. Oh, why? Well, why? I have to get shorter. I need shorter. Let's see. These are M2s, 2.5s. Need 2 wires with the alligators. I know I do. These are 2.5s. These are just a little too long. I was sure that I had the right length. Maybe that's why the one in the pink one was wobbling last time. Maybe these screws were just a little too long. I put my M2.5 just out of the way here. Let's see, where did I put them? They were sitting right here, and I moved them right here. There we go. There's my M2.5s. Hello, Mark. Oh, these aren't 2.5s. Are they 2.5? That looks too big. Well, it says it's a 2.5, and this one here is a 2.5 by 12. I'm going to use a 2.5 by 8. It should be long enough to go through here. Let's just see. Just make sure. Yeah, that should work. That's better. So we need the 8mm. So they were too long last time. The instructions say it breaks the connection when pushed. Does it? Okay, yeah, you're right. When you push on the bottom, you should see the circuit open. Add a space to tighten the 4 times. Okay. Okay. So you're right. Okay, I definitely mixed that up. So let me look into that. Hang on. So too many things going on here at once here. Let's put these out of the way before I break it. Let me grab a drink of water here. Push the bottom to break the connection. So the bottom is going to be pushed to break the connection. Okay, that is, then obviously I've either screwed this up totally, which is not necessarily that far-fetched. You're right. You're right. You are absolutely right. When we push the bottom, you're absolutely right. That makes a lot more sense. I was pushing the top, Steve. That's what I was doing. But there's the bottom where the nozzle's going to push, and just the slightest pressure breaks the connection. Okay. Okay. Thank you guys for pointing that out. Okay. So where's the spacer that came with it? There should be a little gray spacer. If not, I can use the pink spacer. That's fine. No, I'll just use the little pink spacer. It doesn't matter to me. But we have a little spacer that goes in here as well that gives there's a little bit of clearance for the wires here. Plus, it also allows gives that little bit of clearance for the pushing on the pressure from the nozzle hitting the bed. So let's grab my M38 here. Let's go ahead and get this. Let's get a couple screws set in here. Okay. Good thing you guys are here. Sometimes I get so many things going in my head and I totally miss something. So, totally. But that's okay. I would have found out the hard way, right? And it was all together, and I'm going, why isn't this working? Because you didn't listen to everybody on the stream. I believe I wanted this to go, this is the back, where the wires are going to come out, and that's the front. So I think that's where I have this. Let's go ahead and match this up with the holes on the hot end. There's that one. And move you over a hair, and this should, perfect. There's that one. And just a couple more 8mm M2.5s. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, those 12s I had in there were definitely way too long as well. I think that's why I had that little wobble I showed you at the beginning. Okay, so we're going to have those wires coming out. We're not interfering with anything. We're going to snug this right down. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we can still fine tune it right here, but let's go ahead and give it a test here now that the nozzle's on, the hot end's on. So we should have a beeping right now. We do. And pressure on the nozzle. Nozzle touches the bed. Very little pressure. Does it say about how much we want? When you push the bottom, you should see the circuit open. Add a spacer tighten the horse screws, mount the printer. Okay, that seems to be okay. That seems to work fine. We're going to leave these long, as I say. We're going to leave these wires long because I don't know where they've got to feed to. They may have to feed right to the board. Okay. Now, this can basically mount in here, but we got to put our hot end wires on first, but that's going to sit in here like this. Okay, but let's go ahead and grab our thermistor and heater wire. What are you beeping? Oh, your battery low? Or I didn't turn you off? I'm ignoring you, so you're beeping at me? There you go. Okay, so we're going to steal hot end and thermistor wire from this other hot end we have here. Okay, making a bit of progress. Let's go ahead and remove the thermistor, or sorry, the heater cartridge, and thermistor. There we go. There's another, well, this one's been used actually. I think this is the hot end. This is the hot end that came out of the original printer when we started doing this project. Okay, so we're going to be mounting you in this way. So the thermistor, we can bring the thermistor and the hot, let's see which way we want them to come out in order to efficientize this. They can come out either way. I can come out one side with the heater cartridge and I come out the other side with the thermistor. Shouldn't really matter. Okay, heater cartridge is in place. Thermistor. You can come out this side, that's fine. Let's loosen you off. Okay. Let's get all these wires bent up the right way. And let's go ahead and put this in here. I'm going to move those heater cartridge wires over a bit. They're pushing on the outside here. There we go. I can push that in a little further. Don't want to get too close to the plastic on this side. I guess I could have used a narrower heater cartridge if there is such a beast, but this is what we have to work with. So that should be okay. So we have all the wires running up the side here. We have our heater running up the side here, and then we have our thermistor running up this side. So I'm going to zip tie those in with the other wires, and we should be okay to pretty close to mount this now. I'm hoping these aren't going to be, once I get them down, they should give us lots of clearance in here. Hopefully. It's a lot of wires for a tiny little printhead like this. So, okay. Just going to grab my snippers here. Just going to put some new zip ties in here to include all these wires. Okay, these are the fan wires that are in there now. Little mini zip ties. Not you. I need these ones. And then we'll just double test that circuit once more. Once we get all these wires tied in. Yeah, give that one more test. Okay, here, let's see if I can. I want to see if I can incorporate this guy. Let's see if I. Number 3, this one. Nope. That's the one right there I want to have visible. See if this is going to work. There we go. That's a little better look at what's going on in here. Right in here. So we're just going to tie all these wires together. We've got little tie-off points right here. Okay. So we have the thermistor and the fan wire here. Okay. It's all coming up, and on this side, we're going to have the heater cartridge thermistor. Oh, sorry, heater cartridge, the fan, and the 2 fans, and the probe. Let's get these tied up. As I say, it's a lot of wires for a little hot end. But what do? You need them. So we'll tuck you guys in here. Bring you guys up around. And hopefully that's going to give us clearance when we mount that. So there we go. There's a look at it all tied off. And then, of course, we have the mounting screws are going to go through these two holes right here onto the X carriage. So I'm going to grab a couple screws, and I think they're going to have to be, we're doing nut inserts on the X carriage. So I'm going to, what I'll do here is I'm going to pull over the, pull the Barbie over. Barbie, pull over. And we're going to figure out what length bolts we need to mount that onto there. Oh, I'm thirsty. Let me know if Jerry comes on the stream. I want to show something to Jerry and perhaps offer him something. So let's put the hot end sock on here while we're here. Come on, sock. I know you can get on there. There we go, and the back. You're on backwards. Is that the right sock? I don't know if this one had a sock. I think this is the sock for this. Yeah, that's a sock for that one. I don't know if I had a sock for this hot end. I thought I did, but maybe I didn't. It's okay. We'll worry about that later. Okay, let's go ahead and move this camera over here. Let's bring Barbie in. Here we go. There she is. So we're going to need a couple square M3 nuts, which I haven't yet put in here. A little bit of plastic in the way there. Just see if that's... Yeah, I think that's just from when it was printed. I didn't clean the hole out. Yeah. A little bit of overhang. There we go, as long as I can fit my nuts in there. That's all that really matters. Okay, let's grab some M3 nuts, square nuts. I have lots of nuts. Do I have any square? I better have at least 2 square nuts in here. Da-da-da. Tell me I have 2 square nuts. Come on, there they are. I have a bag full of square nuts. Aha. I don't know if this overhead will work. This will work fine like this for now. I can zoom out a bit. Let me zoom out a little bit on this overhead. There we go. Hey, Tessa. Come on. There we go. 2 of you. That's all I need. Okay. Pop you in here. Make sure you're down. Perfect. And perfect. So We want those to come out. Oh, don't tell me my battery is dead on my caliper. Of course it is. When I go to use it, my battery's dead. Isn't that typical? Okay. Anyways, that's okay. We'll figure it out. We'll do it the old-fashioned way, the hit and miss way. I'm thinking we're going to need 30 millimeter, maybe even 40 millimeters. 40 millimeters for this. So because we're going to come through my blue. There's my blue. That's too long. So I was probably good with going with 35 millimeter. Let's go 35 millimeter and see. 35 is probably going to be fine. I know it goes this way, but yeah, 35 is probably going to be okay. Let's just see. Let's try one. So this guy comes on here. Helps if I hit the hole. There's the hole. Oh, 35 is too long. Okay, so we want 30s. See, process of elimination. Oh, that's too short. 35 has got to be okay. But there's nothing in between 30 and 35. Let's make sure that is a 35 and not a 40. That is a 35. Okay. Mm-hmm. Don't seem to be hitting the net. Doesn't seem to want to thread. Something's going on with this nut. No, it doesn't want to thread. Pretty sure it's not my bolt. Try this one, a new one. We are not getting into the nut quite well. I think the nut's not quite sunk in far enough. Now that was an M3 nut. Let me make sure. Yeah, I'm sure it was an M3 nut. It was in my M3 drawer. That nut's not sitting down low enough. Hey, I need to get that nut out of there. So oh, lovely. See if I can tweeze that nut out. The nut's not quite sitting down low enough, so there's obviously something at the bottom of this hole impeding that nut. Now, let's just see if I can get this nut pushed in any farther. No, they're not. So what's happening? I don't know. I'll show you guys. Gotta figure out how to get those nuts out of there. So I think right there we go. If you look in the holes, I get the right angle. There, you can see right there. See how you can just see the silver from the nut, not quite sitting low enough in the hole there. And same for this one here. Anyways, it's not quite sitting. Oh man, it's so hard with this camera. There we go. You can see the silver from the nut there. The nuts have got to go down further in the hole. There's something on the bottom of that hole impeding those nuts. And no, it's not me. So, okay. Damn. Once they're in there, they're in there. Unless I turn this upside down, I don't know if they'll just fall out. I don't know why they didn't use threaded inserts for this instead, but that's, I guess I could always put a couple of heat insets in there. But it was meant for some nuts to slide in there. And they're not going to come out too willingly. Let me see something. Let me turn this upside down, see if I can get them to fall out. Don't want to bang on my gantries too much. So, oh, they're coming. Hang on. Okay, they're almost out. If we turn it up, well, I can see them. They're at the edge. Now maybe the magnet will work. Where's my really strong magnet? Hang on. Maybe this will pull them out. No. I just need to get in to clean the bottom of that hole out. Let's see. Yes, bigger hammer. Hex nuts. Oh, hex nuts instead of square nuts? Okay, maybe that's the trick. Okay, got it out. And we'll try hex nuts. And there, square nuts are out. Okay, we'll try hex nuts. Maybe that's the trick. Maybe I was supposed to use hex nuts, even though it's a square hole. Although that's pretty silly sounding because you'd still need a square hole for hex nuts as well. Actually, I'm going to use the silver hex nuts because it's easier to see them. Okay, let's try hex. Let me just probe the bottom of that hole first. Everything seems to be okay there. Okay, we'll try hex. You're probably right. Probably should have done hex nuts. No, and they're not going to fit, or are they? Hex nuts aren't going to fit in. No, if I force it, it's going to get really stuck. No, hex nuts won't fit in. There you can. I'm trying to get the hex nut to go in, but it's not just dropping in. Even if I go that way. Hang on, let's just see. Come on, drop in straight. Okay, maybe. Let's just see. I'll push it in and see if it works. Oh no, okay. I don't want to push too hard. That's not going down there too easily. Oh, okay. No, hex nut's not going to go in friendly. No. Hex nut doesn't want to go in there too easily. But that was a good suggestion. Hmm. Okay, so what I need to do, I'm going to probe out just the bottom of this hole, these holes. I'm just going to, when this piece was printed on this side, so there shouldn't be anything impeding the bottom of this hole other than plastic offcuts or from this little overhang that drooped here a bit that I cleaned out. And maybe I got a little piece of that in the bottom of the hole there. That's quite possible. But see if I can feed anything out of this. No, they're very clean on the bottom. Well, let's try it again. I'm wasting time here. Let's try it again. What the heck? They say insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Well, what else can I do here? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Tessa. Yeah, so glad you pulled through. You're looking through the manual, yeah? What's it say? Does it say hex nuts? Because those hex nuts would not fit without me enlarging those holes. Yeah, maybe it has to be because these stupid square nuts will not fit. If it says hex nuts, then that's what I'm going to have to use, obviously. Oh, now I just got to get this square nut out again. Should be able to pry it up. There we are. Ah, these little delays, whatever. So it does say hex nuts, 133 of the V0 manual. I don't have the manual open right now, but I'll trust you. But man, oh man, that's a tight fit for hex nuts. But let's see if I can. Let's try again. Let's use the black hex nut. Actually, no, silver. There shouldn't be a difference between the black and the silver one. Hex nut's a hex nut. They're all the same size. They're no different thicknesses. Okay, let's try it again. Does not want to go in there easily. So there's something impeding. There's something impeding these nuts from sliding in, and it's a little piece of plastic there. Obviously, if something in the print. Do I have a sharper knife or a pointier knife? Let's see. Let me just check my other drawers here. Yeah, this knife might be a little better. Just to get in and see if there's any. Oh, there, a plastic piece just fell out. Okay, just cleaning these holes out a little bit. It looks like there's a little bit of residual plastic in here from something. See if we can fit hex nuts in here. Doesn't take much more than a sliver of plastic to impede a nut going into a nut hole. The overall print is clean as a whistle. Just inside these holes, there's a little bit of overhang stuff. Okay, let's see if I can get a hex nut to fit in here. Okay, there's one. That might go in now. Where's the where's my pusher zoomer thingy? Right here. Okay, that hex nut went in, but it's still not going low enough. Oh, that one might work. Okay, let's see. Let's just see. Nope. Oh boy. What is going on in this with this? It is not going in low enough. Oh, yeah, they're all okay, Jerry. Yes, they are, sir. Jerry, I had a question for you while I struggle with this, and this is frustrating me now, guys. That these nuts are not sinking in low enough into this piece. So I may end up, I don't know what I got to do here. Get that hex nut out of there. There's obviously some, I don't have, unless I have one of my little files will get to the bottom, there's obviously something on the bottom stopping these nuts from going in. Where did I put my files? Where's my little files? I have my little wee files. Oh boy. Where are my little wee files? Anyway, there's obviously something at the bottom of these holes where these nut inserts are that is preventing these nuts from going all the way down. But I don't see anything on the bottom. Unless it's V grooved on the bottom for the hex nut to sit right into, and the hex nut's not quite going in. That's almost what it feels like when I feel in there with the knife. Almost feels like that there's a V groove on the bottom that hex nut's got to fit perfectly in that V groove to be sitting in the right spot. Yeah, there's definitely something like that down here. And I'm just not able to get these things to go in and work that way. But so maybe there's nothing in the bottom of those holes. Okay, so I hate when my screen goes like this when I get stuck on one stupid part. Ah, okay, let's try this again. Hex nut. So we're going to go in so that the bottom, the V, is facing the bottom. We're going to slide you in like that. Do not. That should work. There we are. There we are. That's the issue. There's a V groove on the bottom for that nut to sit into. And if you don't get that nut put in quite exactly right, it's not going to sit in that little V groove. That's why the square ones didn't work. Now I'm sure Steve, who's probably not on the not here with us anymore, would probably be well aware of that. Okay, let's push this one down. Okay, make sure you are set properly. Now let's see if this one works. Nope, not yet. So you have to manipulate this little nut so it actually sits in the V groove. If you guys know what I mean by a V groove down there. There we go. Let's see. Come on, please work. There. Here's my Mr. Blue. No, you're not hitting it. This one's hitting. Let's just make sure. That one's hitting fine, but my other one's not hitting. Can you see the URL I sent you? Let me check. I believe you. I'm not. Let me just do one thing here to check. I'm going to open YouTube and go to my stream to see the URLs. We're live. Am I showing up on live streams? I'm not even showing up as a live stream. Man, YouTube is cruel to me. It's all right. I really don't care. And here we are. Let's see chat here. And it's just loading now. So there we are. What page number did you say? Let's see. You said page number. Page 133. Oh man, I gotta scroll all the way down to page 133. Keep getting more pages. That's gonna be a while. I had the manual open on my computer at one point. Why do I have to keep getting more pages? Let's look at that in a minute. Let's just try and get this one more nut lined up here. It's just being a little finicky here. Okay. No, it does not wanna. Did that line up? Did that work? That worked. Oh, it worked. Good. It's a little snug, but it worked. Okay, so I think the 35s hopefully are going to be the right length. Okay, let's just see if we can get this in now. Let's see if we can get this in now. Oh, I just want to get moving. I'll start doing the electronics this summer. Let's do the difficult one first. 5. Okay. By golly, I think we've got it. think we've got it. Except for this wild mess of wires, I think we're okay. I think we got it. Here we go. That was a task and a half. Oh my goodness, let's get that hot end built. Now, let's see. Let's do one more test here. Let's do our meter test again. Make sure all that fiddling and farting didn't mess with my continuity. So we'll take the black one. Okay, we got blood on the stream again. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and make sure that we still have, and then if we hit the nozzle lightly, a bit too hard. We have to adjust that. That might be fine. That might be fine. We'll do a sacrificial bill plate when comes time to probe the bed. I think I got a little wire in my thumb. Well, there's another stream of blood. Cheers. Ah, man, that was a long time getting here. So, Jerry, you're still here. Okay, I have a question for you, Jerry. Are you still using, or do you still use your OBSBot camera? Still use your OBSBot camera at all for streaming, for your streams, for an overhead, for anything, even if for your filming? Hey, Build It Basement, how are you doing, Kermit? Need a paramedic? No, I'm good, Mark. I've cut myself much worse. It's your main camera. Okay. Do you have one of these for your OBSBot? Do you have a remote? So what this remote allows you to do, if I go to my overhead, which is my OBSBot, I can actually side to side with my remote. I can actually, with the remote, zoom in, zoom out, and I can actually move it because you don't want my head, you want that more like this. And that's all being done with this remote. So if I push this, we're going to zoom in, and we're going to zoom out. You don't have one, okay. You email me your address, Jerry. Don't ask me how. I accidentally have of these. Don't ask me how, but I'm going to send you one. So they're really cool. All you do is you plug in a little USB key, just a tiny little, like a wireless mouse type. You plug it in, you go to your OBSBot software, and which is right here. If I move this over to this screen, I'll just show you. All you do is simply plug that in. You go to your OBSBot software, and then you click on this little button here, which says remote controller. Make sure it's red, and you have full remote control of everything. So message me your address, and I can send one to you. So pretty cool. No problem, Jerry. But I'm not going to say how I accidentally ended up with 3 of them, because that's just embarrassing. Okay, so I'm just going to put these, before I poke myself, I'm going to put these little drills away. How much time did I waste doing all this stuff? We're 6:30. I only got about a half hour left. Damn. Okay, but at least we got the hot end all built now. So that's an accomplishment all on its own. So all that's really left to get going on this thing now is, I say all, as if it's no major deal. All that we got to do now is the electronics. But now that hot end's on, This is supposed to be the accent color that you print this mini stealth burner cover with, but I thought, no way, this is Barbie. It's all about pink, right? So we left it all pink. The one thing I'm going to do, since we don't have time to get into a lot more right now, I hope to get a lot on this stream, but I didn't. Is that Jerry? That is Jerry. Thanks, Jerry. I got that. Where do you those remotes? These ones came from, they are Obsbot brand, and these ones, if you want to look for them on AliExpress. The best deal. Obsbot site does sell them. This is the actual. Where's my close-up camera? Right here. That is the actual Obsbot brand. Okay, so what'll happen is when you open it up, there will be a little USB key right in here. You throw a couple AAA batteries in here, and you're all set to go. And yeah, it's got a laser pointer built into it too. So if you have an animal or something, you push this button here. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if that'll show in the camera, but you got a laser point. Oh, I'm blinding everybody. Look out! You got a laser pointer built into it right there too. So yeah, but look on AliExpress for them as well. I can probably find the link. Oh, we're 6:32. We're only going to go for another half hour. We got 26 people on the stream right now. So you know what we're going to do right now? We're going to do our giveaway. Let me set up the giveaway, and we'll give you guys something to type in chat. So bear with me 1 second. I always forget the link to this. It's the StreamYard. There we are. There we are. There's what I'm looking for. Yeah, but where's the link to it? I really ought to bookmark this. I really ought to bookmark this, so I don't always look for it. Oh, come on. I could never find the link to the StreamYard giveaway. There we are, right there. It's okay, I found it. Okay, guys, let me move this over here. And we need you to type that in the chat for your chance to win a roll of Polymaker. You go nuts and Barbie. Fred Ferguson stepped away. Well, we'll keep this open for a little bit. You have to be on the stream to win. If you've won within the last, let's just say 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to redraw. Be kind and just say please spin again, so we give everybody a chance. There are 28 people, 29 people on the stream now. As soon as I open the giveaway, the viewership just seemed to go up, which is great. So go ahead and type this in the chat for your chance to win a roll of filament anywhere in the world. The winner is going to, I will be posting my email address in chat, and the winner will have to email me, and I will send the winner a link to collect your filament. So it's as simple as that. What I need to do, while you're all typing in your hashtag Polymakers, I'm going to go on here. I'm going to add my pretty picture to this so you can see that it's actually me doing this. And we want That does not seem to want to work. Keep entering. Keep on entering. Oh, that's okay. I'm trying to figure out how to get this in phone window. Jerry knows how to do this stuff. There we go. 30. We have 17 entries. 30 people watching the stream. Go ahead and enter if you haven't. We're going to close entries. We are at 6:36. We're going to close entries at 6:40. How do I do that? No, that's only good if you have guests on stream. I get it now. I'm still, oh, there we are. We have that. But that just doesn't mean that I don't show up there anyway, so that's okay. Ah, that's all right. I'm trying to get my mug on the screen as well. Just, 30 viewers, only 17 entries. Yeah, come on. We need more than 17 entries. We have 30 people watching. Well, maybe somebody's just got it tuned in to give me the watch hours, and they're being nice, and they don't really want to watch me, so they're watching something else, which is fine. Which is fine. If I add, let's see if I add this, boom, boom, incident name. If I add this one, will that work? That works. Can't get the other camera to add though. There we go. But at least, oh, that made me backwards, or did that make me backwards? Hang on a minute. That's pretty good. No, everything's backwards. Hang on. Let's do this. So now everything's upside down. Oh my goodness. What did I do here? Now we're upside down. Oh man, there. I think we're okay like that. Yeah, right there. Okay. Fun with cameras. Okay, guys, 17 entries. We got another 2 minutes. We're going to do the draw. My nuts will fall out. I know if I turn everything upside down backwards, all that work I spent on putting my nuts in Barbie will all fall out. Oh, that's craziness. It's not the camera I wanted on, though. What is going on with my other camera? Is this other camera not working? It is working. So why can't I get that camera to work? Oh, I know why. Well, okay, we got another minute and a half or so to wait. Oh, there you go, Leo the Human. Come on, enter. Although you won a couple weeks ago, but you know what? If lightning strikes twice, you're going to be generous and say, please draw again. I just recently want somebody else to win. But I'm going to go to the display again. And I think what I can do here, we're waiting for the last entries. 18 entries, 30 people watching. There's got to be more entries. Come on, let's get 20 entries, guys. Let's get at least 20 entries. Let's do it. How did you copy and paste the camera? There we go. Copying and pasting a camera sometimes resolves some issues. So there we go. Okay, one more minute and we're going to do the draw. 19 entries. Can we get 20 entries? One more entry and we're going to do the draw. Come on. One more entry, guys. Who's not entered? 28 people watching. No, you can do it. What's the date today? July the 7th. Hope you all had a happy 4th of July. Okay, we're at 6:20. We're going to close it off. 19 entries. I'm going to do the spin. Okay, good luck to everybody. In 3, 2, oh, there we go, Jerry. You know, and that's why I don't enter any of them on my own, Jerry. I'm the front there as well. So, yeah. 3, 2, 1, let's draw. Okay, good luck, everybody. Steve Alpha. Steve Alpha. Congratulations, Steve Alpha. Just say something in chat for me. I know you're here, but I need to officially see you say something in chat. Yep, there you go, Steve Alpha. Congratulations, Steve. I just posted my email address in chat. Go ahead and email me at that address and with your email address. And when you do fill out the form, uh, please ensure when you fill out the form that you use your on-screen name, Steve Alpha, exactly as you use it on screen. Okay? Perfect. Congratulations. Yes. So we'll do this every live stream. We'll give away a roll of Polymaker filament guides, and I appreciate everybody that's on here watching. So we've got a few minutes to kill. I'm going to. So the next steps on Barbie now are going to be the electronics, and we have decided for the electronics that I'm going to have to squeeze this power supply in. I can't do any less than the 150 watt power supply because I can get 100 watt, which is smaller, but um, it's not going to be able to handle the draw from the printer as far as the heat bed and the motors and everything goes. So I need a minimum 150 watt. I cannot find 150 watt. I have mic problems. Really? 1, 2, testing. No, my mic is fine. My mic is fine. Have you been liking your A1 Mini? Do you have the AMS on it? Nuno Vincent. I have. Yes, I do. Great. I'll show you right over there. And there's the A1 Mini right there. And it does have the AMS light on it. Have I been liking it? No. I'll be honest with you. I have not been liking it. I've been, it's a phenomenal printer. They're still selling them. They're still on sale, even though Bamboo's 2-year anniversary sale ended on Friday last week. I think it was Friday last week it ended. The printers are still on sale. So in Canada, you can still get that A1 Mini for $250, which is phenomenal for what you get. The AMS Lite is not on sale anymore, but if you buy it with the A1 Mini, it's a better price. And you're waiting for you. I scared you. I'm sorry. And yeah, I think it's $199 in the U.S. And I think it's an extra $200 for the AMS Lite. But yeah, definitely no regrets whatsoever. I read a lot of negative stuff on the Facebook groups, but you guys all know what Facebook groups can be like. So, oh yeah, I hope you get your SB Lite soon, Jerry. Slightly garbled at times. I wonder if I'm over modulating. Let me turn down the modulation a little bit. There we go. Make it a little bit more. There we go. That should be a little bit better, I hope. Maybe I'm over modulating a little bit. So, anyways, we're going to squeeze this power in because I can't find a 150 watt power supply any smaller. I sound like crap. Seriously. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I really? I'm not a fan of the TriZero. Anybody else having problems hearing me, or am I um, something here? Turn this on. That's fine. Doing. Let me just go. Um, Hold on 1 second. Okay. Testing 1, 2, 3. Has it been the whole thing? 1, 2, 3. Has it been the whole stream or did it just start? Okay, let's see. I want to hear 1, 2, 3, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, testing, testing. Okay, let's see. I want to hear 1, 2, 3. Sounds good on my end now. I wonder what I did. Okay. Interesting. That's interesting that the mic was doing that. It's a lot better. Okay, good, good, good. Thanks, guys. That's just really strange. Okay, there we go. Maybe I'm crunching the receiver in my pocket, and I just don't know about it. You use the AMS often, did some work on a filament change G-code to reduce waste and also speed it up, waiting on the printer to arrive so you can test. I'm happy to share with anybody who'd like to try. Yeah, I would love to try that. Do I use it often? I do, more often than not. But what I find the AMS is great for, and one thing I like about the Bamboo system is I have 4 of my common colors loaded on the AMS light here. So I have white, black, blue, and red. I think, well, maybe not red at the moment, but normally I'll have white, black, blue, and red, or 4 commonly used filaments for my AMS. In this case, I've got black loaded on because, so what'll happen is I'll be at the office, and if I'll take a print off in the morning, I won't have time to go look for what I want to print next. I'll go to my office. I'll say download, so say some accessories like these for my thread boards here, and then I'll just fill a plate with different accessories I want for my thread board here, and I'll know that I have black, or if I want to do them in white or whatever one of the 4 colors I have on here, I know that I can choose which color I want to do, and I can start the print from my office through my Bamboo app or my Bamboo slicer at the office, have a print on my printer here. So multicolor prints, not as often, but the fact that I can have my 4 most common used colors in the AMS, and then remotely I can go ahead and start a job and pick whichever color I want, that's really handy, because I'm not there to say, damn, I want red filament and I got to swap it out with the black. I can just pick whatever color I want. Similar to this here too. I keep 4 commonly used filaments. If I'm doing a print, like when I was doing the Barbie prints, I'd have my pink and my gray in here, ABS, and then I'd have a PLA white and a PLA black. So depending on what I want to print, if I want to start it remotely, I don't have to be there to swap out filaments. So the rollover function would be good too if you're doing a long print for sure, and you need to swap filaments and you don't want to run out. Absolutely, that's good too. So yeah, but no, I've been using the small printer, the A1 Mini, to do a lot of these little different shapes and sizes of bolts for the thread boards here. So I'm excited to get this project all finished. Like instead of wandering and weaving through these bins for my most commonly used nut sizes, I'm now going to be able to say, okay, there's my M38 button head screws, or my M36s I have here, and I'm going to be able to put a lot of those on here. And when I fill this whole board with my thread boards, I'm going to be a lot more organized and have a lot less clutter on my desk. So yeah. So that's kind of what I'm working on now. As I say, that's what these big pieces here are being printed on right now, is the Bamboo and the Trident, the 250 Trident. And then a lot of the accessories are being printed on the A1 Mini. So yeah, we've got different color accessories. We got the whites, we got some red accessories going on, etc. So yeah. So, but yeah, but no, I multicolor prints. When I do, like, you know, functional tools like this little measure for the screws. I mean, that's done on the A1. That's done on the A1 Mini. I'm just doing a simple multicolor print. It makes it much easier to read, stuff like that, and it's fast. So I really, you know, making stuff like this, and there are different multicolor things I do print. Yes, for sure. Okay, it sounds good, Nuno. Thank you. Nuno Vincent, number 7. I'm going to write that down. Nuno Vincent. Number 7201. Perfect. Appreciate that. Yeah, cool. Okay, I think we're going to call it. What I was saying, no, we have the power supply. We're going to use the TriZero 2W for the Barbie, and then we're going to use. I know it's going to be tight, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to use the Big Tree Tech SKR Pro V1.2 board for powering for the brains of Barbie. This is Barbie's brains right here in my hand. So we're going to use this. So basically, those are our 3 main electrical components. And of course, we have to squeeze in the 5-volt converter for the Pi. And what else are we putting in her? We are going to put in the little the umbilical system. We're going to give her an umbilical. Now, the only thing I can't use on the umbilical is I have to run the probe wire directly from the hot end to the board. Because there's no plug-in on the actual little umbilical thing here for the probe. So, because all these are going to be taken up by the, we have the thermistor, the X-end stop, the hot end fan, the heater, the part fan, and then we have the extruder motor and the, oh, it looks like we have 2 part fans. Maybe I do have a spare plug on here. Because we have a hot end fan and a part fan. Oh, maybe I do have a spare one on here. I don't need 2 part cooling fans. I can combine those part cooling fans into one and put them in one plug, possibly. Can I combine my part cooling fans? We'll talk about that next week. That would free up a plug for the probe. So yeah, there we go. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate that. No problem, Nuno Vincent. Something I probably I'll have a shot at it in a bit, but it won't be immediately. But I will definitely look at it. So, okay, thank you, everybody. I appreciate everybody being here, and everybody have a great week. And we will talk to you guys all next week when we continue this build. I think we're going to get into the guts of it now. We'll do the electronics, and hopefully before you want to be here for when we do the initial probe to make sure that actual probe is going to work without killing my bed. So we'll see. Anyways, everybody have a great week. We'll talk to you next week. Stay safe this week and stay cool if you're somewhere where it's hot like it's going to be here. And it's Calgary Stampede week this week. So I'll just give it a Yahoo for anybody who's interested in the Stampede. So we'll talk to you guys all later. Bye for now.